Right, welcome to the second episode of the BFB Show with Thomas Edwards of the Fitness Experts. How are we doing, Tom?
Very good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, excellent. All the better for being in your company this afternoon. So, Tom, start by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this crazy fitness industry.
I got into the fitness industry. I used to play a lot of rugby, damaged my knee.
I thought you had to be sort of big and muscular.
Yeah, I was a winger, and I got injured, and I was really into the fitness, like the gym side of things, and just thought I can't play sort of decent rugby anymore, so I'll just keep going with the gym side of things. I actually went on to do a natural bodybuilding show, so I got slimmed down, did a competition.
Can you see the photos online if you still search?
Yeah, it's about 10 years ago. They're there somewhere. And I won that competition. At the same time I was doing my personal training qualifications, and I basically off the back of that said, here's before and after of what I've just done. I'm also a qualified personal trainer who'd like to train with me, and that's how I got into the industry as a trainer. And I've always, ever since that kind of background of with like competitive bodybuilding, the point of that is you're actually going to get some results as opposed to just having a chat or what other kind of trainers might do. So I was really into that kind of like focused, results-driven fitness, basically. So that's how I started, and it's been. And
that was how long ago?
That was 12 years ago.
12 years ago. And now that's kind of what everyone's trying to focus on, is results.
Well, I think it's interesting that it's like the fitness industry is now coming full circle. That when like proper training started in the 70s and the 80s, it was the golden age. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger, it was Gold's Gym, it was spit and sawdust, it was metal and machinery and stuff like that. And then you've had the emergence of everything else that's come from that, so squash clubs and health clubs. But now I think it's interesting that places like that aren't really opening anymore. It's more boot camp studios, CrossFit, specialist Olympic weightlifting, gymnastic places and studios like that, which is where we are today.
Yeah, which brings us nicely onto the Fitness Experts, which you're the operations director.
Yes. Yeah.
Basically running the entire business pretty much, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. So we've
tell us a bit about the Fitness Experts.
Yeah, so we've got two studios, one in Basingstoke, which was our founding studio, and one where we are today in High Wycombe.
Beautiful High Wycombe.
Beautiful High Wycombe and beautiful Basingstoke as well. Yeah. Two of my favourite locations to be. And I suppose what we've done is kind of looking at everything that's on offer in the fitness industry, what would give the best results, and it's usually a personal training experience. Within a normal gym, you have your gym instructors, you have your personal trainers, and it's the personal trainers to deliver results to clients. So we took that ethos and that mentality and said, how can we apply that style of training to the greatest amount of people possible, which is how we created our boot camp system. So it's boot camp in the sense that it's group exercise, it's a group personal training experience of up to 20 people with a personal trainer that has constructed the session, that takes the session, that helps motivate you and lead you through the session and make sure you're doing it properly and doing it to the your best possible capabilities as well. Yeah. So we recommend that our members come to these sessions 2 or 3 times a week, and so for a fraction of the cost they're getting the experience of having a personal trainer 2 to 3 times a week and getting the results that come with it.
And so High Wycombe's the second studio.
Yeah.
And so how long has High Wycombe been open now?
So High Wycombe, we've just come up to our first year's anniversary, so 1 year we've been open.
And so how many members in total at the moment, the 2 clubs roughly?
So Basingstoke's pretty much at capacity. We've got about 350 members. We're actually looking to expand our offering now a little bit, more things like potentially opening a indoor spin studio or indoor cycling studio as well, so we could potentially grow it to around 400 members, but we're essentially 1 in 1 out at Basingstoke. And High Wycombe, the capacity here is about 450 members, and after 1 year we're about 250, so we're just over halfway there. So if we keep going, by the end of next year we'll be full. Perfect. And look to open some more.
Yeah, absolutely, nice. That's the future is bright for the fitness experts. Cool, so let's talk about then digital marketing and everything that comes along with that.
Yes.
Better Fitness Business help the fitness experts with.
Yes.
So talk to me about the setup you have here, because it's quite different to some of the other gyms and health clubs we've been to. So on the last video we were over at the Marlow Club that you know with John, who's got 150 staff or so. That's very different with the fitness experts, right? So talk to us about.
Yeah, so the way we're kind of structured, the only staff we have on site are we call them fitness experts, which are personal trainers. Everything else, so the sales, marketing, administration side of things, is all handled by Better Fitness Business, which is exactly what we wanted, because we only want to employ fitness staff. That's what we want to do. We don't want to have a reception team and duty managers and sales staff here, because we want to be a focused fitness-based company. So our entire, I suppose, sales and marketing process is run through.
And just talk about that. So like the process that people go through. So from someone who lives in High Wycombe, not knowing anything about the fitness experts, because we're a little bit tucked away here. What does that journey look like? How would they go from that to coming through the door and eventually becoming a member?
Yeah, exactly. So we use either Facebook or Google or those kind of digital lead generating tools to attract the widest possible audience possible to try and solve a problem they may have, whether it's losing weight, getting stronger, getting fitter, doing your first obstacle course race, something along those lines.
So if I see one of your Facebook ads, what happens? I click on it.
So you click on one of the Facebook ads, we'll come onto one of our landing pages where we will invite you to come and have a 10-day trial at our gym in exchange for your contact details. So send us your contact details. We will then send you an application form, and so the application form is there to, I suppose it's a bit of a filtering process. So the way
that's done online as well.
That's all done online, yeah. So it's a bit of a filtering process to get rid of any potential time wasters or anyone that it may not, be completely right for. The style of training that we do is, we don't have treadmills here. We don't let you just put your headphones on and do your own thing. You've got to be able to work in groups. You've got to be prepared to work hard, etc., etc. And it also allows us to collect data on that individual. So what have you tried before? What are your goals? So when you come through induction, we're able to actually build an induction based around you. So the individual will complete their application form.
And are you, sorry to interrupt, I was going to say on that as well, you're adding a member of staff as well across the two clubs to like even make that process even better. So they're going, I think this is right, they're going to follow up on the application forms and things? Yeah,
so the moment that application form's submitted, we've got one person that will be across all our clubs, giving that person a phone call to say, right, just want to quickly run through your application form, ask you any questions, settle any nerves they may have, because a lot of people, this style of training is completely different to what they used to before, and essentially try and encourage them to come along for their first session, which is their induction session. And so they'll book in for an induction session, we'll confirm it, and then they'll walk in the door for their first session. So the nice thing is that from clicking that ad on Facebook to walking through the door to see a trainer, that's all been handled.
So that all happens without the trainers having to get involved. They just literally get a report in the morning saying these are the people coming in at these times and here's their goals.
Exactly. So as a trainer in the morning, I can see, right, I've got 4 people in tonight for my induction, here are their names and here are their goals, here's what they've tried before. So I can then, for example, if I've got 4 people that have tried normal gyms and they're trying to lose weight, I can structure that induction and say, right guys, I see you've tried normal gyms before, we're completely different. I see you've been struggling to lose weight, this is what we specialise in.
So it's personalised to that.
Exactly. And the nice thing is that, I said, all that trail previously has not been handled by the fitness staff. They just focus on, as soon as the people walking through the door, the fitness side of things. Absolutely.
And then so from when they come in, what happens next? Like, so that's not where the digital journey ends, that's just the start really. Like that's lead generation, that's getting people through the door, and then from then, like, what happens to kind of help convert them into a member?
So our system is that everyone has a 10-day trial at our gym before they sign up. So what we're trying to do with those 10 days is not necessarily change their life there and then, but convince them that we can change their life if they give us the opportunity. So during the 10 days we have an automated email sequence which sends out a load of information about how our gym works, what we do. They have a nutrition journey which they start, so it's a series of forms, automated forms where they fill in their diet plans, so one of our nutritionists can look back over it and offer them tips and suggestions, etc., etc. We've got text service as well, so they get text reminders, and then we have essentially a countdown offer within the 10 days that if they join within the 10-day period, they get the membership at a...
So there's an incentive to join before the end of the trial, and you're using text and email.
Text and form stacks, emails, everything,
to try and move them towards
and again, that can happen across multiple clubs with hundreds of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that seems like the most important thing about it for me, for the fitness experts, is like the scalability, right? Because fitness experts has got aspirations to have a large group of clubs. You know, at the moment it's a multi-site organisation with 2 clubs, but that's, you know, very likely to increase in the next couple of years or so. So yeah, kind of it's important that the digital marketing and that side of it grows with it.
Absolutely, and that's why we need something that's it's a scalable system where if we could do it with 2 clubs or 100 clubs, it would be the same system. We don't need to employ a large team of administrative or sales a team to have to administer all that. So yeah.
Okay, good stuff. So finally then, so what does the future hold, do you think, you know, for the fitness experts, for digital marketing in general, trends in the fitness industry, like as we're about approaching 2017 at the time of recording this, like what are your kind of predictions for the fitness industry?
Predictions for the fitness industry are, I think that the kind of more boutique specialist style kind of training facilities are where the industry's going. I think the days of kind of big box gyms and health clubs are kind of, I think they're over now, and I think certainly for the millennial generation, this is the style of training that they're into, and these are the people that are using gyms, and I think that's the way the industry's going. You can see it already in London. There's, you know, Soul Cycle and specialist yoga studios, so everyone's starting to specialise, and the emergence of CrossFit as well, opening, you know, they've got about 500-600 CrossFit locations in the UK as well now. I think that's certainly the way that things are going. And a lot of these smaller kind of boutique studios don't have the resources that a massive gym like Fitness First may have for their sales and marketing, and they can be a hell of a lot more efficient and strategic to use digital marketing as opposed to having to rely on more traditional marketing methods. So I think if you can jump on that wagon now, you're ahead of the curve.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, again, I talked about this with John on the last episode, but it's almost like with things like video and all these tools, which previously, even as recently as like 5 years ago, just weren't really available to small businesses. Whereas nowadays, like, you know, anybody can do that, and it's suddenly like a real leveler in terms of your ability to be able to compete on a marketing point of view with a Fitness First or a David Lloyd who've got a big budget, because actually, you know, you can create some nice videos in club, show what you do, and compete with a video that David Lloyd have spent, you know, 50 grand putting together. So yeah, I think that's doing the right thing. Good stuff. Lovely. All right, cool. Well, thank you for your time this afternoon, Mr. Edwards. Always a pleasure. And yeah, see you on the next video.